Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, FIN 542 International Financial Management. So it's time for us to start with our first lecture, chapter 1, which is Introduction to International Financial Management. Okay. So when we talk about international financial management, there is word international there. Okay, so it involves, of course, other countries. So let's take a look at the slide. International financial management is a well-known term in today's world, and it is also known as international finance. Okay, why we call it international finance? Because, all right, we will do the financial management in an international business environment. Okay. IFM came into being when the countries of the world started opening their doors for each other. Okay, so this phenomenon is well known as liberalization. Okay, again, what is liberalization? Liberalization. Okay, it means when the countries start open their gates, their door, right, for other businesses from others uh, from other countries. Okay. Due to the open environment and freedom to conduct business in any corner of the world, all right, it has made all the entrepreneurs started looking for opportunities even outside their country boundaries. Okay, so let's take a look at what factors trigger the spark of liberalization. The first one, the swift progression in telecommunications and transportation technologies. Okay, let's talk about the telecommunication industry. Okay, let's talk about this first. Okay, the telecommunication industry, alright, has increased so rapidly for the past few years. Okay, the products in the telecommunication industry, okay, change on maybe a daily or monthly basis. Okay, I still remember last 4 months Oppo come out with Reno 3. After 4 months, they have come out with Reno 4. Same goes to Samsung and iPhone. Okay, the technology keep changing from time to time. Sometimes we customer tak sempat nak kejar all those updated version of gadget that we have. Also, let's talk about the transportation technologies. Previously, in our past time, it was hard for us to buy something from overseas. If you have families or friends, okay, travel to overseas, barulah kita kirim nak beli barang luar negara. But now, we can easily buy something from overseas. We can easily buy overseas product through Lazada, through Shopee, and then previously we only have Post Laju and maybe Skynet. Now we have lots of transportation companies, okay, bersaing antara satu sama lain. Okay, and then the other factors that spark the liberalization will be the financial innovation, such as currency derivative. Okay, we can now trade currencies. We can use currency futures and currency option to secure our import and export. Cross-border stock listing, where we are no longer limited, okay, to invest in our own country. We can also invest in stock market from other country. Okay, there is a multi-currency bonds and also international mutual fund, and also, all right, we have the globalized and integrated world economy, where three major economic functions have been internationalized. What are they? They are consumption, production, and investment. So let's first take a look at the first economic function, which is consumption. Okay, let's take a look at ourselves. Alright, cuba tengok apa yang kita ada in our room, in our office, in our home. Okay, we have so many things around us that come from different countries. Okay, for example, Malaysian consumers, okay, routinely purchase mobile phone maybe from Korea or Japan. We use cars from German or maybe from Korea. Okay, the textile we bought, okay, the clothes that we have may come from China or Indonesia, and the pasta we eat maybe come from Italy. Okay, in return, they are also buying from our country. Okay, for example, they purchase our crude palm oil. Okay, they purchase our Malaysian made rubber. products and also petroleum from Malaysia. And then in terms of production, okay, production of goods and services also has become highly globalized, proven by what? By the emergence of multinational corporations. What are multinational corporations? Corporations that have overseas operation and sales. Okay, for example, let's take a look at our laptop or computer. Okay, the personal computer that we have in the world might have been assembled in Indonesia. Dia punya assembling tu buat kat mana? Kat Indonesia. Tapi monitor tu come from where? The monitor may come from Taiwan. Okay, the keyboard may come from Korea. Okay, the chips in the computer may made in Malaysia. Okay, and the pre-installed software packages, alright, maybe have been developed jointly by US and Indian engineers. So see, one single thing that we have actually come from different countries. And finally, the investment. Okay, financial market also have become highly integrated. This development allows investors to diversify their investment portfolio internationally. Okay, nak senang faham, let's take a look at this example. Okay, we're talking about Toyota, alright? The Toyota company, subsidiary, operating in China. Okay, the operation activities of the Toyota in China could be financed partly by the American investor. Pembiayaan operation of the Toyota operating in China, alright, dibuat, okay, ditaja, dibiaya oleh American investor. Toyota tu syarikat Jepun. We are talking about Toyota operating in China. The financed, alright, the operations of the Toyota in China ni financed by American investor, and the American investor buy the Toyota shares listed in New York Stock Exchange. So see, we're talking about financing and investment, alright, which have been highly integrated. Okay, sekali lagi American investor finance the Toyota operation in China. Alright, why the American investor become the shareholders? Because he bought the Toyota shares listed in New York Stock Exchange. So as you can see, the three main functions, the three main economic functions have also been internationalized. Okay, so what is so special about international finance or IFM? Of course, because it is different from local or domestic financial management. We are talking about international finance, alright, we are talking about different countries and it will involve different currencies, okay? And then, apa yang specialnya international finance or IFM? Because you have to deal with forex risk ataupun foreign exchange risk. What is foreign exchange risk? It refers to the risk of fluctuating prices of currency, which has the potential to convert a profitable deal into a loss-making one. What does it mean? Okay, since we are dealing with business, we are importing and exporting, alright, ke negara luar, dari negara luar. So it will involve with the different currency. Okay, katakan currency kita jual barang, we are exporting goods, okay, to other country. But what happened? Our currency depreciate so much. Bila kita jual barang tapi dalam masa sama currency kita depreciate. What will happen when the other country pay us? We will get less money, less amount of revenue. Why? Because our currency depreciate. So that is how the foreign exchange will affect us. That is what we call foreign exchange risk. The second one, we have political risk. Okay, alright, it may include any change in the economic environment of the country yang kita berurusan tu, such as dia punya taxation rules, dia punya contract act. Okay, so political risk is actually pertaining to the government of the country that we involve with, which can anytime change the rules of the game in an unexpected manner. Okay, and the next one would be the market imperfection. Anak-anak, there is no perfect market in the world. Every country have their own kelebihan, their own advantages, their own specialties, but also they will have their own flaws, kekurangan, disadvantages. Okay, so a finance manager, okay, force is being forced by the imperfect markets to strive for best opportunities across the country. Why? Because every country will have different legal restriction, will have different transportation and shipping costs, and also will have different tax imposed on each business, on the business. Okay, and then something special about IFM pula adalah, okay, it provide us with enhanced or expanded opportunity set. Okay, by doing business in other than native or our own local countries, a business expand its chances of reaping fruits of different tastes. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, by growing international, going global, okay, we have somehow can maximize our performance. We can look for cheaper sources of material, cheaper labor cost. All right, we can expand our market. We can create employment opportunity to the local country. Okay, so those are the expanded or enhanced opportunity set through international business. Okay. And then, okay, we have goals for international financial management. First and foremost, of course, why we go for international business? Because we want to maximize shareholders wealth, and also we want to maximize the market share. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the globalization of the world economy. Okay, there are a few major trends and development that contribute to the globalization in the world of economy. The first one is the emergence of globalized financial market. Saya dah cerita sikit-sikit tadi. Emergence of the euro as a global currency. Now, euro has also been accepted as the global currency. We will talk about the trade liberalization and economic integration. This one pun saya dah explain sekejap tadi. And also the privatization. Okay, the emergence of globalized financial market. Okay, financial market in each of the country dah jadi macam less restricted. Okay, berlaku deregulation of financial market coupled with advance in technology. Okay, stock market pun dah highly integrated. Kita boleh tengok New York Stock Exchange punya performance. Okay, stock dia naik turun, alright, by using the only our handphone. Okay, and finally there are also financial innovations such as in this one saya dah sebut tadi, currency futures and option, multi-currency bond, cross-border stock listing and international mutual fund. Okay, the second aspect of a globalization is the emergence of the euro as the global currency. Okay, a momentous event in history. Why? Because currently euro has been accepted as the global currency, and currently more than 3 million Europeans, okay, in 16 countries are using the euro as the common currency on their daily basis. Okay, alright, so these are countries that use euro as their currency. Okay, and then the economic integration. This one you have to recall the three economic functions that have been internationalized: the consumption, the production, and the investment. Okay, and privatization. Okay, what is the privatization? The selling of state-run enterprises to investors. Okay, by through privatization, dia akan menyebabkan apa? The efficiency of the enterprises increased. Okay, have semula-semula the efficiency of the enterprise has increased due to privatization. Okay. Alright, and then let's take a look at multinational corporation. Okay, multinational corporation is a firm that has been incorporated in one country and has production and sales operation in other countries. When company start to have their production and also have their sales in other country, automatically the company has become multinational corporation. Currently, there are about more than 60,000 MNCs around the world. Okay, so many MNCs companies, okay, obtain raw material from one nation, alright, financial capital from another country, produce good with labor and capital equipment in the third country, and also sell their output in various other international markets. Okay, so these are top 10. Maybe the ranking has changed. All right. Of course, in Malaysia, we have our top 10 MNCs corporation. Please check. We have Petronas, we have TNB, we have any others. All right. Any other MNC company. Look for top 10 MNC company in Malaysia. So these are types of MNC, multinational corporations, or also we can say these are the reasons companies turn into MNCs. Okay, first they are raw material seekers. Okay, these multinational companies spread in different parts of the world because they want to search for raw materials. Okay, the second type of MNC are market seekers. They are looking for new market to sell and to produce, to sell lah and to product. Is it to product? Sorry. Mana ada perkataan to product? To produce, okay? To sell, to market, okay? Their products. Itu baru betul. The main motive of such international multinational companies is to expand their business at international level. In Malaysia, we have a few multinational corporation, okay, that have been so well established, such as Nestle, Tesco, Carrefour, KFC, some people pronounce it Carrefour, some Carrefour, KFC and McDonald's. We have of course a few others. Got a few others lah, many more MNC company in Malaysia. And then production cost efficiency seekers. These multinational corporations seek to invest in countries where the production cost is low. Okay, the main motive is to minimize the cost of production. Okay, and then there are MNCs that are knowledge seekers. Okay, some MNCs go abroad to operate in foreign countries in order to gain knowledge on advanced technology, operation and managerial expertise. Okay, we have to accept the fact that there are a lot of countries that way are better than us in terms of technology, in terms of operation, and also they have better managerial expertise. Okay. Alright, so these are risks when you are engaging in international business. Of course, the first one is foreign exchange risk. Risk that occurs due to the changes in the currency exchange rate. And then we will have country risk, also known as political risk. Bila, okay, you have your own company, alright, and your company are now operating in two different countries. Of course, you will got affected differently because different country will have different political issue, legal requirement. Okay, and then cross-cultural risk, it refers to a situation or event where a cultural miscommunication puts some human value at stake. Okay, bila kita pergi negara luar, we have to comply with their culture, alright, their way of life. KFC kat Malaysia, dia akan cater produk based pada kita punya budaya, cara makan kita macam mana. Okay, alright. Cross-cultural risk is posed by differences in language, lifestyle, mindset, custom and religion. And we also have economic risk. Okay, alright, so this is actually the risk that the investment made by the MNC will be affected by microeconomic conditions such as government regulation, the exchange rate, the political stability. Alright, those things will affect you punya profit, you punya sales. Okay, right, so it relates to the economic variables. Okay, sama ada micro or macro. Normally macroeconomic variables lah. Okay, and then how can you expand your business to overseas? The process of overseas expansion, first through exporting. You export your goods, okay, to other countries, or you can do franchising. Franchise meaning to say you give license, the franchisor give license to the franchisee to conduct the business, alright, based on what franchisor have been done. Soalnya kalau franchise ni, franchisee will try to get the license to run the business memang sama exactly as the franchisors punya. Are you with me? Contohnya macam McDonald's, KFC. Bila dia kata franchise tu, dia ambil the total operation, okay, from the franchisor. to be run by the franchisee. Franchisee dapatkan license from the franchisor to run the business exactly the same as what franchisor are being doing. But of course lah, franchisee dia kena adjust in some certain thing lah, nak meet the culture, nak meet the customer, nak meet the demand. But we can say the overall operation of the business will follow what has been done by the franchisor. Okay, licensing. Okay, franchising tu melibatkan memberi lesen kepada franchisee. Yang ketiga ni licensing. Sama lah juga macam franchising, cuma licensing is kata apa, lebih kecil skop dia. Contoh, you have a car wash company, and car wash company you come up with a process yang help the customer to decide to choose nak wax kereta, okay, nak waxkan kereta guna hot wax ke, normal wax ke, apa-apa wax lah. You come up with satu sistem yang orang lain tak pakai lagi. So when other car wash company wants to use your process tu, you can license the process. Okay, bukan maksudnya you bagi license to run overall business macam you bagi the part of the operation, okay, to other companies to run by giving them the license. Okay. And then we also have joint venture. Joint venture ni normally when some companies, okay, join together in order to complete one specific project. Contohnya kan, maybe long term, maybe short term. And joint venture can be formal and can be informal. And finally, of course, we are talking about overseas production. Okay, buka terus kilang pengeluaran di negara luar. When you go for overseas production, automatically you have now become MNC company. Okay. Alright. Next we have advantages and disadvantages of MNC. The first one is advantage. Okay. Let's talk about advantages first. Access to consumer, yes. When you have become MNC company, you have access to new market of consumer, and then you have new access to maybe cheaper labor, and then you will enjoy some country that have lower tax imposed, and also maybe other costs incurred in that country may be lower. Okay, you can adapt to new overall development from the country. You can adapt new technology, and you can extend your research and development maybe at cheaper country. Okay, all these have been explained in the manual, but since you don't have to buy the manual this semester, I will give you the materials, okay, in PDF form for you to read later. Okay, and then let's talk about the disadvantages. Okay, of course, when you're talking about MNC, you have to comply with the laws, alright, of that particular country. You will expose to their political risk. Okay, you may lose to the local businesses. When you open your company in other country, you have to compete with the local business. Okay, and some country may emphasize on giving the chance or an opportunity to the local business instead of giving to you, because you adalah foreigner kan, you beroperasi kat negara luar. Satu-satu negara normally dia akan bantu syarikat-syarikat dalam negara dia sendiri. Okay, and then you may lose the natural resources. Okay, alright, because you have to compete with local company. And finally, when you go for MNC, meaning to say there is the cash outflow from your country to another country. Bila duit daripada negara kita keluar banyak ke negara orang, alright, dia adalah sesuatu yang kurang cantik in your balance of payment. Okay, the country may face with deficit. Okay, bila duit negara sendiri, sebab you nak jadi MNC, of course you have to invest. There will be a large flow of cash outflow, okay, yang berlaku. Jadi bila duit dari negara kita banyak keluar, alright, itu orang kata apa, kurang menarik lah sebenarnya in short term. But in long term, sebenarnya saya cakap tentang short term, in long term, bila pelaburan you kat negara luar tu membuahkan hasil, dia akan jadi good things pula for your country. Okay, kalau you are a bit lost about what I'm explaining right now, please baca materials yang saya akan bagi nanti. Okay.